All right, guys, welcome back to another video. It's your man Jay. You probably thought I wasn't going to cover any of these devices because honestly, I wasn't really interested, but enough demand, enough people asking, I'll pull the trigger. It's fine. So I went with the most affordable version of that device, of the S21 line. This is the nice compact size from 6.2 inch 1080p display, 1080 by 2400 actually, 64 megapixel camera, 8 gigs of RAM. You know, you got the Snapdragon 888 up in here because this is a US version, 5 nanometer chip. You've got the single SIM, obviously. You also have an eSIM too, I believe, in here. But this is the 5G version, Android 11, One UI 3.1 is on board. If you do get the international version, it's going to be the Exynos 2100, which is probably going to be really, really solid, I believe, this year. 128 gigs of storage, 8 gigs of RAM, no SD card, unfortunately. You know, that's a thing now. You got a 12 megapixel main shooter, a 64 megapixel telephoto lens, and a 12 megapixel ultra wide lens. And then you obviously have 8K recording and 4K 60, all the goodies. I'll shoot videos with this device. I'll do videos outside or whatever. 10 megapixel front camera that shoots in 4K 60 as well. This is the thing. Got stereo speakers. And tuned by AKG, blah, blah, blah. And if we notice here, they took the role, like they did this Apple thing, man. They chose to take away stuff, which I think is really unfortunate because sometimes when you're following someone, you know, you just really shouldn't, some things you just shouldn't do. It's just what it is. So you got DeX on here, you got wireless DeX, desktop mode or whatever, fingerprint reader in the display, the ultrasonic. And let's get it powered on and set up, and we'll show you what color it is. I think you already know what color it is. Get the knife away from me. All right. Yeah, but like I said, you know, they took away the things that you need to have a phone. Like, it's so strange for me, but they took it away. So here is the beautiful Phantom Gray. It's Phantom Gray. It looks really nice, actually. Looks pretty cool. We'll get it powered on in a second. We'll take a look at hardware too. Oh yeah, it is something over top of this. I was wondering. I was like, well, it looks like it's kind of. It's good to see them protecting the phones. You know, I think that's pretty dope. So we'll look at the hardware in just a second. But you know, this is all that you get in this box. You get a charging cable in here, and a SIM tray ejection tool. You get a charging cable, and some manuals, and that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all you get. That's it. I'm not really worried about this though. So we are going to take a look at the hardware first, and then we're going to go ahead and take a look at the software, because my Fold recently got you know, the latest update to One UI 3.0, and this device is on One UI 3.1. So taking a look at the hardware, you see you have the 3 camera setup right here, and you have the LED dual tone LED flash right there. You got the dual microphones up top. Look, is that no? That's a is that a SIM tray? Yeah, I got my glasses. Let me see the SIM trays on this side. No, SIM trays on the bottom. So you have the dual microphone set up on the top right here. So that's gonna be pretty interesting to see how the audio is on here. And on the bottom here, you got your SIM tray, your microphone there, your Type C, and your speaker out down there. And then you have a really faint, real small grill on the front there, along the side of this side of the phone. Nothing there. And then you have your power and volume. And you see lots of little antenna bands around the phone. They got them hidden nicely. Like there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, they're 5, 6. They're nice. A bunch of antenna bands around here. So obviously it's cool that they're switching to the matte theme. I really like that. But we're gonna get this powered on, and I'm gonna go through the software. I'm gonna get it set up. I really think this color is cool. I like the silver too. But just the fact that they have matte, I think it's really dope. So we'll go ahead and get this bad boy set up, and I'll be right back. So keep watching. All right, guys, here's the front-facing camera. I'm just holding the device in my hand. And this is the front-facing camera on the Samsung Galaxy S21 5G. What do you think about this? All right, so here's the rear camera shooting in the same spot here, just holding it, give you a quick sample. I'll cover more about the video cameras later, but in the cameras in general later. in the camera view, but this is the rear camera. All right, so there it is. Phone's all set up. Welcome back to the next part of the video. We're gonna go through the settings. We're gonna go through the device. I'll give you some first impressions and everything, and tell you what I think. So first thing off the rip, I think this is a great size for a device. 6.2 inches with a full screen like this, you just can't go wrong. You saw the video is playing, the stereo speakers. You got a chance to kind of see what they sound like. You know, I had the microphone facing me, but at the same time, I'll tell you that these stereo speakers are pretty decent for sure. You don't have the ultrasonic coming through the screen like the Pixel 5, and so you have a real thin slit up here, and then you have that bottom firing speaker right there, which makes for a really good sound. They're not the loudest speakers out there, but they're definitely loud enough. And so again, that full screen with the compact size, and this is actually kind of a big phone, I guess. It's 6.2 inches. Everything seems small to me, though. I mean, you know, I have big hands, so. But if you're wanting a narrow, big screen device, this is an option for you. The smallest variant of this device, this is an option. So while we're here, let's just kind of take a look at this. I mean, the software on here is actually pretty fast. I mean, it's the experience coupled with the Snapdragon 888 with 8 gigs of RAM, you should be able to fly through this phone with no problems whatsoever. It should be fine. You know, I don't anticipate having any problems. And I just don't think that speed and performance is going to be a problem. Either you know Samsung software or you don't, and that's just a thing. So let's get into the settings here, and we'll walk through the settings. There is a software update, and it's probably just going to do some bug fixes and stuff like that. I downloaded it, but I'll do it after this video. So on top here, you got your connections, your Wi-Fi calling, your Bluetooth, your NFC, contactless payments, airplane mode, mobile data, and you got all the different things in here. You got your hotspot, your tethering. These are the things that are essential to people today. This is a connected world, and that is how it goes down. So let's turn on sound here, and I want to show you the ringtones here. I like that one. That's actually my favorite one, right? One of my favorites. That's another good one. Neptune. No, that's not it. I saw one on here, but I like it. Yeah, Orbit. That's a nice one. That's a good one. Come on, come on. Come on, come on. I like that one. Let's rock with that one. A little jamming. So you got your sound, you got your notifications and everything on here. I like for my notifications just to be that. Try to be as discreet as possible with the notifications. You got your basic vibration, you got your system vibration, your intensity right here, you know, because you can adjust that if you need to. You got your applications for the sound and things that you want to make a sound when you actually do something on the phone. That's your system sounds. Sound quality is something else. So you have your Dolby Atmos, obviously. You got your Dolby Atmos for gaming. So this is pretty cool. I like to do a custom equalizer. I like to have this where I want it at because I know the sound that I'm looking for. And I use the same setup when I'm doing my equalizers on the phones. I'll try to keep them all like this, just about, so I know that it'll have great sound, at least to my liking. There we go. I do a custom sound right there, so give me what I need on there. You can also do adaptive sound too, if you want to. It's funny they have your age here. Which age group are you in? I'm in the middle age group. All right, that's crazy. And that's your sound and sound quality and everything like that. So you got your notifications, you can do the bar and everything. You can do a brief or you can do detailed. Mine is pretty much always at detailed, and that is how it goes down. So you got your do not disturb. You can set this to a setting. I normally have mine as a setting, and I do 11 p.m. to 10 a.m. That's what I normally do. And then we'll save that, and calls from favorites is what I always do. I need them to get through Any of these, I feel like I just want them to get through priority conversations only. I think you should set those because you might want to have a person always be in contact with you. So that's something you should take note of. Now, obviously, your display here, you got your brightness, your dark theme. I instantly go with dark theme. I just think it's the way to go. But here is the light color theme if you're into that. You got the motion smoothness is your 120 hertz refresh rate, basically. Now it says you can save battery by going with standard. I say leave it on there, adaptive. So you got comfort eye shield. I think you should definitely leave that off. I don't really like that. I can't deal with that yellowish tint or whatever. I always leave my screen on vivid. But you can go to advanced settings and do whatever you want to do in there and adjust it to your liking. Natural seems a little flat for me, but I like the punchier colors. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to you to decide what you want to do and how you want to do it. I just think that natural makes some things look really flat. But that's up to you to decide what you want to do with your color and what your eyes like. Now you got your font and everything in here. I do have more fonts, but I didn't add them to this phone yet. You can go bold font. The size of the font down there, you get it. Make sure you get it the way you like it. Screen timeout, obviously, I keep mine at the highest one, and it does have edge panels. Remember, those are there. People tend to forget about these because some of this stuff was exclusive to Galaxy Note devices in the past. So that's something that you should take note of if, in fact, you do want to use those. I actually like to use that for launching 2 apps. I think that's important. So obviously gestures, it came with the buttons turned on, but I've been using this for a little bit, so I turned on the gestures immediately. It's just something that I like to do. I like to have the gestures on now, and you do have more options down here where you can adjust the sensitivity. You can lower of the bar. You can adjust that. You can even have it to where you have these 3 lines down there. I don't really care for that too much, but and then the buttons, obviously, they take up some of your real estate. But you can, if you just have to have them on and you like it, you have the option for that. I personally do not like the buttons anymore. Accidental touch protection, yes, we need that. Touch sensitivity is if you want to increase the touch sensitivity of the display. You want to make sure that you're getting as much as you can. You might have on a thin layer of rubber gloves. It could be anything. You want to make sure it's there. So wallpaper, and home screen. You can go here to see the actual screens, the wallpapers that are on the device. There's lots of preloaded ones, so you just choose which one you want. So the default one that is there is this one, I believe, that's on there right now. But you choose what you want, and you can decide how you want to do that. There's a ton of them on there that you can actually use, and I think it's really good that you get these options and themes from Samsung. And speaking of options and themes, that is where you go into the Galaxy theme store and and get more things. So your home screen and layout, I have mine at the highest. I like to have mine at the highest one because this is a 20:9 device, and you want to get all the screen you could possibly get. I think that's just the way it goes. So home screen and app screens. You can do home only, where it switches everything to there, or you can leave it here. So it's up to you to decide. You can show the app screen on the button on the home screen or whatever. You can lock the layout to where if you try to make a change, move stuff around, you cannot. You can just have it to where that's the way it is. So you can also have it to where it rotates in landscape. So I think that's pretty dope. I think that's a good thing that people use their phone like this, a lot. Some people use it like that a lot. So you got your lock screen, you got your always on display. This is where things are pretty nice on Samsung devices. You can change all these different things in here. There's some that I just really enjoy. You can actually have a picture here. I like this one right here though. I like that style. You can do tap to show for 10 seconds. You can show always, or you can do schedule to show, and you can show music information. I like to have that turned on. You can show the orientation of how you're doing this as well. You got your auto bright and your always on display information down there. So I think that's pretty dope. Now, wallpaper services, I think this is only going to change your wallpaper services based on whatever. I don't like that at all. I like to have it just whatever wallpaper I got, that's what I got. Now, you can change your wallpaper for your clock style from your always on here, and lock screen, you can do it there as well by going to clock style. And then you have widgets. Obviously, we know what widgets are. You can put this on there. You can do today's schedule. You can put digital well-being on there now too. Looks like, I don't know if that was there before, but I don't recall it showing there before. But you can put that on there as well. Your icons. You can do notifications only, or you can do details. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you, but I think it's best to do icons. That'll help you with keeping that area down. So shortcuts, I don't like the shortcuts on the front of the screen here. This is what the shortcuts are. You put one on the outside of the screen. I don't like those because it is too easy to accidentally make a mistake and hit one of those. So I always turn those off. So the the $6 million, the biometrics and security, obviously that's facial recognition, fingerprints, your PIN code, things like that. You know what location and Google and all these things are. So you got your advanced settings. Now here's where you can get into some things here that make your phone better. So there's updates on here. Again, I haven't updated anything yet, but you do have the Android Auto there. So the one-hand mode is something that I talked to you about on the Galaxy Z Fold the other day. I did a quick video on that, and it is an option on here as well. You literally get to have a smaller version of this, and you can drag it like this, how big you want it, if that's too small, too big, or whatever. But this phone actually, and another thing you can do is this right here. Let me make it smaller. You can actually move this right here. I didn't talk about that in the other video, but you can move it up and down and things like that. So that's something that I think you should take note of too. If you decide to turn on one-handed mode, I think it's really cool. So, and you notice you can also have the buttons down there as well too to double tap. So Bixby routines, we all know what that's about. Screenshots and screen recorder, yes. Game launcher, video enhancer, I always turn on because I think that's important to have the best video quality you can. So battery and devices, and this is where you get into your how much RAM you got left, your storage, and how your battery's performing. So I always optimize this if ever I come in here, just messing around with it, just to make sure it's optimized. So there you go with that. So I think that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in the setting. That is all of the settings. But overall, I think this is going to be probably an impressive device to people. A lot of people are getting the Ultra. I'm only covering this because, well, it's the most affordable one, and I wanted to see what those cameras were about. And so let's get into the cameras. So now, let's just switch over to video because cameras, hopefully they're pretty good. But we're going to go up here, and it's set. This is how you can do these quick toggles up here to things. And UHD 60 is just one of my favorites. I like that they've adapted this, like it's a full-time thing now. I'm glad that they did that. So let's go over here and see if there's a pro mode, and there is a portrait video. Now it's just pretty much labeled portrait video. There's no live view or whatever it was called, live style, I forgot what it's called. And you just have pro video and you've got portrait video. So this is going to be an option to where they just put it in the menu there, and I think that's pretty dope. I'm also curious what kind of settings, what video quality you can get there. But you do have the AR Doodle, the pro mode for photos. You have panorama, food, night, portrait, portrait video. I still think that's pretty dope. Shout out to LG for the creators of that. And you've got pro video, slow motion, director's view. I think this is where you can see what you're actually recording. Okay, cool. So basically it's a 2-in-1. It's a 2-in-1. You got the different ways you can look at it. Oh yeah, that's pretty dope. That is pretty dope. I'll have to test that out. I like that director's view. I think that's going to be pretty tight. So then obviously pro video here, this is where I can control pretty much my gains. I should be able to do everything in here. You got the directional mic. It's like having a Yeti mic built into your device. Yeah, I think that's pretty dope. And let's see what the qualities I can go with. I can go ahead and go all the way up to UHD, or I can go up to 4K with Pro Video, and that's important because that is how I will be shooting when I in fact shoot with that. So let's turn off the scene optimizer there. So we're going to make sure that the face and everything is turned off. Yep, everything's off. Yeah, this is important to me because I don't like to have any filters on when I'm shooting with a video camera. So a walkthrough of the entire settings and the device of the brand new Samsung Galaxy S21 5G. If you notice, this is a matte back, and this is the new look that they're trying to do here for these devices. So hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will follow up with a camera review and a week review. I'll follow up just how you want me to follow up. So hope you enjoyed a detailed walkthrough of this device's settings and hardware, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.